Hey everyone. There was an unfortunate accident. Ships were crashed. I am. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, just dealing with some structural integrity issues up in the ship that crashed. I think I can salvage it if I can. A super secret project. Sounds like easy automation to me. I feel like you could do something like, I mean, it would be complex, I feel like, but it might be a thing. Like you'd probably no. Like I don't know any programming languages, but I could do easy automation. There's some tutorial videos and there's a really good guide on the workshop. I definitely recommend checking that out. No, I'm not. Nice. Oh yeah, yeah. I've I know when I put them on like small ships and stuff like that, I put them sideways. So they look like fuel tanks, but like in the base, I have mine vertical right now, so it looks more like a fuel depot. If you've ever seen, like a large fueling station or something like that. Oh yeah, that would look cool. Yeah. Just lay it down. He'll fix it while you're at work. Check out the armored gates. Those are really wicked, in my opinion. Oh, you look at the big ST. Yeah, I'm not a fan of. Not a super huge fan of this. Yeah, I like the armored gates because they match the armored blocks. So if you're looking for, they have a they have a 1x3 that's the same as the regular hangar doors, and there's a 1x4 and a 1x5. So they don't get ridiculously large. It kind of just depends on what kind of look you're going for. I think under it or next or beside it. I don't think it has a mount point on the front and back, which is a little weird if you ask me, but no one asked me when they were designing it. So you should be able to like left and right of it has a mount point. Weird. Weird. Yeah, I think so. Old faced lie. How dare it? The door is open. Yeah. Um, Minimal, if any. I don't think so. I had mine in the floor and I was driving vehicles over it, so you missed a strip. I would. It takes a ton of steel plate.
All right, Jackson, can you hear me now? Apparently, I've had the microphone turned off this entire time because I'm just that good at streaming. Yeah.
So have people only just been hearing me? Is that what's
Yep.
been going down?
They've been hearing you commentate to yourself, and
That's
that is
awesome,
awesome. That is. You're just like answering the nobody in the game. That's perfect.
right?
Well played, sir. Well played. All right, space engineers, are you making sounds? Oh yeah, making sounds. All right, we're set now. Now, Jackson, as I said, hello. Welcome to the stream. Sorry, my mic was muted and my game sound was turned off because that's just how I roll.
Likes to play hardcore.
Exactly. You gotta
It's the
imagine what I'm saying.
hardcore streaming.
All right, let's see. How do I want to do this? I'm trying to figure out how I want to do the walls because I don't want to do. I mean, I want a square building, but I don't want a square building. So I want to do definitely on top. I'm going to put in some rotor doors on top of the hangar. So the hangar itself, kind of like on the campaign mode where the hangar opened up from the top. I want to do
Ooh,
that, but I also want
fancy.
to have a hangar door in the front, so I can park a VTOL inside or fly my airplane out the front of it on the runway. So kind of dual use. So now I got to figure out how I want to make it look to do that. Yeah, I think I need to be wider. I really think I should have moved these over a block. So, Igor, clean up aisle 2. I'm so lazy, man. Igor has turned me into a lazy actually, I'm just gonna leave that off, and we'll add those back in later. So, okay. I guess Jackson came up, saw, heard nothing, and then ran away. Which is fine. I don't blame him at all.
I see how it is. I see how it is.
Yeah, I can't blame the guy. I really can't. Nope. Nope. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to make this a lot bigger than I initially laid out. I'm just getting that vibe,
The thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna have to make it bigger. So let's see. Those hangar doors are 5. Right? So yeah, So I gotta make it at least one block taller. Then alright. I tend to talk to myself a lot when I'm trying to figure stuff out like this, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, I would have used to say that automatic LCDs was my most important script, but I think Tim has definitely taken over from that.
Oh, dude, I love Tim. Tim is such a time and energy saver.
Heck, you love Tim so much you call other things Tim.
You know, it's true. It's very true. I miss Tim. Good old Tim.
Oh.
You know, this would probably work better if I pulled up a picture of my hangar and just kind of built it off of that design. Although this doesn't look too bad. That actually looks pretty good for an offset wall. And then I can put in the hangar door. Yeah, this actually is not too bad. This could work. Flying around and I just know I'm going to run out of hydrogen in my bottle and fall to my death. It's going to be a very epic scene.
All right, I just brought up the stream, but I gotta mute the volume on it because otherwise I get to hear you talk and then
Oh yeah.
hear you talk again a few seconds later.
Hey, typical. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? How you doing, man? How you doing? And there we go. Out of hydrogen. At least I didn't fall to my death. You know, thank God for small miracles.
Right?
I was only like 10 feet off the ground at the time. So that worked out well. I think I'll grab a couple of bottles this time. Let's get rid of some of this crap we don't need. Yeah. Whoa. What happened to all our hydrogen bottles? I made like... Oh, there's more than one oxygen generator. That makes sense. I suppose. Alright, so, if you got the stream up, you should be able to see what I've got for the wall so far. I'll turn my lights so you can actually see. Kind of going with like a multi-tiered wall layer. With the entrance, or at least the base entrance, is going to come through here. I'm thinking kind of an open door style, maybe? I don't know.
I'm a little bit behind the stream. I'm at. You just turned your lights on.
Okay. Well, you can. I mean, that's all I built for the wall so far.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take some of it out and put in windows. Like I'm thinking, because most hangars on the upper floors, there's like vent windows that go across.
Yeah, you're gonna want to leave more of a like a larger flat space to put the windows in because you only have like one block there, unless that's all you're going for.
Yeah, I was gonna do a couple 1x1 or 1x2s. So like solid block, 2 windows, solid block, 2 windows, something like that, like a dash dot pattern.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then right behind here, I'll put in the hangar door I was talking about, the big like rotor door. So have
Nice.
a big like steepled rotor door coming over the top that you can hit a button and open up, and then you can fly my VTOL out.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, so I'll just finish laying this wall out, and we'll see how it looks. And I'm sure Classic will come in and do some post-build decor upgrades for me, like he did my stairs.
Nice. Yeah.
Works for me.
I mean, that seems to be a thing.
Yeah, I'm not complaining, not at all. I mean, I was when he first started, but you know, it turned out really well, so I will stop complaining. Alright. And then up here, I will put in the hangar doors upside down. I figure 5 blocks should be enough to get any small airplane out of. I hope.
I would think so. So you get a 4-block entrance. So it's like, like if you created the traditional two, airtight hangar doors facing each other.
Yeah.
So that's a 4-block opening.
Yeah, this
It's
one I want
basically,
just to come down from the top, like a roll down
yeah.
garage.
Well, that's what this is good for, right? So
Yeah.
a 5x1 will do that.
I really, really hate lag.
Oh, you're preaching to the choir right now for me.
Yeah. I really kind of wanted to come over and see the catastrophe, you know? I wanted to see
It's
the aftermath.
well, you see, you saw my ship, right?
Yeah.
So the middle of that ship is 2 large cargo containers, which were chock-a-block full of components, and they exploded. In fact, arguably, that's almost the only thing that was lost on the ship, besides maybe a couple thrusters here or there.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, so the ship is probably salvageable, and it's got a projector, so it's self-projecting itself. So it makes
All
repair really easy.
I gotta do is go pull it up next to a
Yeah, well, I gotta
window.
go back down
Yeah.
the surface for that. Um,
Yeah. So that's what I was talking about. A window kind of like that, just for just to offset the wall. You know, kind of break up the monotony of a solid wall. And down at the bottom, I'm gonna put some windows in down here too.
nice.
So this the curve or the angle part, I'm thinking kind of more like a framing board.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm more of a build the solid structure first, and then come back and do the accents after.
Yeah.
What little accents I ever do. I can just see this turning into a one-upmanship with Classic on who's got the bigger hangar. Because, I mean, so that's the one he built while I was gone. And it looks
Remember,
awesome.
I'm behind on what I'm saying.
Yeah, you'll see it when it catches up. It looks awesome, but, you know, you can see it, and then you see what I'm building, and mine's already several blocks
Oh no,
tall.
yours is taller. What are you gonna do?
Well, it's going to be even taller.
Yeah.
Before I'm done.
Look at all those little ships parked in there. That's cute.
They're all 3 miners.
Nice. Why? How does he need so many miners?
Because the same reason you should probably have so many miners. Because we keep crashing into stuff. He had 2 yesterday, and he's like, oh, well, we're down to 1. So I guess I upgraded back to 3.
Nice.
Top one is 5, right? So it should be behind this line. think I'm definitely have to make this wider, otherwise it's going to be like shooting straight up in the air, not having any, really, really tall and narrow. It's just retarded looking.
Yeah,
Or
looks kind of weird.
dumb looking, yeah. Alright, see now upside down, it'll let me mount it on the side. When I tried to do that on the ground, it would not.
That's weird. You might have been had them turn the wrong way, because you can't, the face, like, if you try to put it on that wall there,
Does
I
it
don't know if
actually
you've
have a
placed them all
face?
already.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, like the face of the door, you know what I mean?
Well, I was trying to do it from every side. Like I ran around the circle trying to get them to place, and it just wouldn't accept it.
Weird. Yeah.
All right, let's throw down a button panel and see how this looks.
No, you're supposed to tell Classic to try and get in without the button panel.
Yeah, like you did to me trying to get out with that one.
Yeah.
Come on, Igor, build faster. Okay. Set up some actions here. Oh yeah, dude, that looks like an aircraft hangar door. Especially if I painted a little dirtier, like a dirty white. Let's see if I can do a good dirty white.
Yeah, that looks. Well, I think what I like about them is it look just like the hangar in like aboard a frigate or something like that. That's what the hangar doors look like.
Huh. That's weird. The white block is actually just a really low saturated red block.
Yeah. I think I discovered that once upon a time as well. 'Cause if you look at the hue, is
It adds a very reddish tint to it.
yeah, they're weird to color. To get the, well, that's interesting.
Ah!
I saw your red line up here.
That doesn't actually look too bad. I don't know about the color, but I kind of like the stripe effect. Kind of like the stripe effect.
Do black and yellow.
Yeah, but that's just too.
Been done.
It's a hanger, not a.
Not a hazard.
A fire hazard, a fire hydrant or something. Fire department. I don't know. We'll get back to, like I said, I'll get back to that crap later. Let's work on the actual building first. So let's see. That's not very wide, in my opinion. I want to have an actual, like, no kidding, airplane in here. You know, like a. Maybe I'll make a model of my P3, except we don't have props for mods on here, do we?
No, we don't. You have to do an imagining.
Yeah. There is a prop mod. In fact,
There is.
I think what's his name? Epic used, not Epic. XP.
Wait, wasted uses it all the time.
Does he? Yeah. I remember seeing it on one of the season 1 videos where.
Oh yeah. Shaq does have a.
Yeah, he built his first airplane using the aerodynamics and
Yeah.
the
Yeah, he uses this to go rescue waste.
Yeah. I don't know if that's gonna work, but I'm gonna give it a shot. See, Classic has like inspired me with so much of his
Yeah,
the way he does his builds is like just wow. Like you don't realize what a just an off angle will do for the look of something.
that's why I watch the like that's my main reason for watching like YouTube videos on space station stuff is to get inspiration, see other people how other people are designing things and get ideas.
Yeah, definitely. That's not right. There. I don't know. It's kind of. I guess that would work if I could get a light up here or something. I don't know if you can put. Can you hang a spotlight off the edge, or a regular light?
I think you should. I think you can.
Of course, I have no lights on my list, so. I don't know. It's not too bad. Wait till it's done.
It'll look better too once we get the dev port over to a stable.
Yeah. Actually looks pretty good, actually. I mean, it's not too bad. It's very much like a real hangar, except that, I don't know, I think I would have this, like, a block coming off of it. I don't know how I'd melt that into it. Maybe I just put a light on top of the light. I don't know. I'll let Classic play with it. That's my answer for everything today. I don't know. Let Classic play with it.
Classic can deal with this problem. This is his problem.
Exactly. Exactly. How's your mess coming?
Not too bad. I'm kind of trying to work.
Trying to what?
In the first. Sorry, have I been talking or no?
You did, and then you stopped, and now you're back.
Okay, I forgot to press my push to talk. Yeah, no, I'm just out grabbing a little plan so I can build my tools because I lost my tools in the first accident when the game crashed and my ship was adrift in space. This whole journey to space has been
Perils
fraught
and
with
terrors.
disaster. Yes.
So, once you actually catch up to the stream, tell me what you think about edging like this.
I'm a big fan. Is that on the inside?
No, it's on the runway. So this is the
I was-
runway outside. Oh, you just disconnected. In case you weren't
Damn
aware,
it.
you're about to lag out.
Yeah, no, I know. That's you always know before I do. I just had a whole load of platinum. Just Not my day.
Dude, you need to just go back to your planet and work on something at the planet because things are not going your way. All right,
This is the
so
worst.
let's see. You know, I guess I'm thinking maybe twice this wide. Not necessarily any deeper, just twice as wide.
Yeah, if you're gonna want to store aircraft, and if you want to like, if it was just for one aircraft, you'd be fine. But
Well, it's more honestly, it's more because I don't think the door will look good. The opening, the one that comes up over the rotor door. I don't think that would look good if it's just like half and half. I want it to be wide enough, like to bring an actual, like, no kidding, large cargo ship down. You know, I figure the back part would be like large cargo parking or maybe vehicle parking, and then off the side of the runway on the side, I could put like a driving ramp where you can drive up on and bring the cars in.
nice.
That's my thinking. I don't know. Let's see. Let's give it a spin at catwalks. And
We are joined by Raven Knight.
Howdy, howdy.
Hey man, we're streaming. Welcome to the stream.
Right, awesome. How is everybody today?
Doing
I don't want
well.
to talk about it.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I'm logging back in for the third disaster of the night.
Okay, is it off planet or on planet?
Both. Everywhere.
Mostly off planet, I gotta say.
Oh, don't lie to him. If he can make a mess, he's making the mess, dude.
It's the beauty of space engineers. You can make a mess, it's cleanable.
Sometimes.
Everything is cleanable, and you just have to, not rage quit.
It's just how much time it takes to fix the problem.
Alright, this is a good tool.
Although you should know, Swoody is playing with rotors, so.
The end is nigh.
Doesn't affect us none.
Yeah.
It might. Last time I played with funky stuff, the entire server crashed. So, just putting that out there. Just making you aware.
Well, at least there aren't timer blocks causing 0.4 sim speed.
That we know of.
I've been playing most all day, and it's been at 1.
Nice. That's awesome that we figured it out. Where... You guys know where the darn armor blocks are? The
Which ones?
blast doors, that's what they're called. I'm searching for armor, like nothing's coming up. It's blast doors, that's what I want.
It might not be in a category. You might type
I just
blast
searched
into the
for
search.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what they were called.
I'm like a few seconds behind you. You were still searching for it.
Just keep searching, just keep searching. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I want full opening, so I do want it to come from here. I don't know, I'm torn between, should I do a steepled style roof, or just a nice flat roof where both sides open up?
I'm feeling flat. That's just me.
A flat would definitely be easier. Why is it not letting me place that block?
Probably because it would connect to the side there.
Of course it would. Stupid game.
I don't know that that's going to work out the way you want it to.
Trust me. What could go wrong?
Yeah,
It'll be
okay.
epic. No, actually, I did this on the last server, my space station. I did this. I played around with it a little bit and got it to work. So it did require a little bit of like adjustment of the rotor head, but it did work.
Yep. Oh, that's good.
So 2, 3, 4. That's what, 5 blocks long?
Well, hopefully tomorrow will be another stable update.
6.
One can hope. We are like, I feel almost overdue now for one of those.
Alright, so make one
Oh,
of
man.
tin.
The landing pad for my ship looks awesome.
Oh yeah?
On the planet?
Yeah. Just too bad my ship isn't there.
Did you crash it?
I mean,
I thought you said it was salvageable.
let's just say. Oh, the ship. Yeah, I mean the ship will be salvageable,
Well, it's not like
but
we don't.
it lost.
It's not like we don't have the resources to fix it.
Yeah, but we lost its payload, and its mission was a complete failure.
What was its payload?
A nanite. Its mission was to build a nanite.
Oh, lordy.
Space Igor.
So, those resources you thought you had to rebuild it, they went with it.
Yeah.
Well, we have plenty of other resources.
Oh yeah, like on the planet we can build whatever we want. It's getting this stuff into space. It's proving. You know what we need? We need the first iteration of your shuttle.
Hey, Greystone, we are streaming the server, bro. Why don't you log in and join us? Alex is watching the stream. I am working on an aircraft hangar.
Yeah, Alex, get in here, man.
We need some interior. We've the whole base is white.
Hey, speaking of which, are you done with cleanup duty? You ready to do your tour now?
I'm back on the plane. Yeah, Swoody wants to show his audience a tour of our base, which
It's up to you
I'm fine
guys.
with.
You know, I mean, it's not like we're gonna have any military secrets or anything. It's
No,
it's
of
a
course
safe
not.
zone.
You can find out we have a nanite factory. I mean,
Oh,
that'd
yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex, I accidentally a control shift clicked the color on the base. Might want to fix it.
I'm not sure if that'll make him come in or not make him come in.
That might make you run away, actually.
He might be like, "Fuck it." Oh, sorry.
That's alright. It happens. Bleep.
He's probably sitting there going Twitch, Twitch, Twitch.
Beep. And it's nighttime now, Alex. You can work on the lighting.
Ah. Wrong word.
We need some lights on the R&D.
You did what now?
We put lights everywhere, and they're all different colors.
I think it's gonna turn out.
It's just a sigh.
Just that sigh. But for some reason, Tim is not using like half of the refineries.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. We tried to figure that out earlier on.
Are they named right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Tim Moore.
I really like these armor doors. I'm glad you talked me into using them. They look good. Like it.
Yeah, see,
very
it
much-
blends nicely with armored blocks.
Yeah. Well, I'm not really using the armored blocks down there, but yes. Oh, you mean armor like light armor?
Just the regular or light armor.
Gotcha. All right, let me drop my stuff off in a box just in case I die in the transport over, which happens far too often. And I will come on over, and you guys can give me the tour, the grand tour.
Sure.
You live streaming
Alex,
our base?
you on?
I gave
Yeah.
a tour of mine to start with, so I figured like, because we had talked about on the other server, we were gonna do like a weekly update, like, hey, this is how far we've made it with the base.
Yeah.
So I think we
That
should
means
do
we'll
on
actually have to
this one,
progress our
since
base, so that's awkward.
We're only like what, 3 days in on the server?
Something like that, yeah.
Is this seriously? This is only 3 days?
Yeah, we.
No,
started
we-
this
I
on-
think this is the
I think we
fourth
started
day,
last
'cause I
weekend.
didn't play the third day.
Well,
Yeah.
I rented it on Friday, and it was down for most of Saturday because we couldn't get it up. And I'll leave that as it
Ba-dum-bum.
was. And then we
I
then we
wasn't
played
gonna
for a day and a half.
leave it hanging.
And well, we played for 2 days, and then we had the whole the sim speed problem. right?
That was brutal.
That's
Sorry.
Okay. All right. Don't move. Blink. No.
Which, Alex, yesterday I found that my miner still had that issue on its timer block, so I removed it, and it's been beautiful ever since.
Nice.
I just figured out why I couldn't teleport earlier.
Were you in the ground?
No, I never turned on the tools. The
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Stupid
The thing,
downloading
man.
mods is at 27 of 28.
Yeah, just cancel it and retry.
Yeah,
Ooh, I
done
like
it
the-
twice now.
I like the color. All right, so Coco, I'll follow you. You wanna wherever you wanna start, man.
Sure. All right. Well, let's start over here in research and development.
All right. And narratives, all you.
Sorry,
and
we have to use our.
quiet, except for saying cool things.
Okay, sounds good. So yeah, we'll have to use our lights right now. We haven't actually worked on the lighting yet. That needs some improvement. Okay, so this is our research and development hangar. It's used for the creation of new ships and whatnot. It's got our little spawns in here for building out small ships. And a little cargo access here to grab some components, so you can do your building, as well as both vertical and horizontal takeoff.
Our little color palette for the base.
So
Yes,
you guys
this
went
is
with
the color palette. This is the.
You talked
Yes.
me out of the TVSI doors, and then I see that you've got them everywhere. Very.
I'm not gonna say I
very
might
chic.
not have put
Yeah.
these in. Just saying.
Oh.
So yeah, so you can use both the a vertical takeoff or a horizontal takeoff, depending on your preference,
All right. So kind of like.
and
mine's
depending
gonna
on
be.
your. Yeah,
Okay,
and then because this is research and development, you can.
And it's
We
for
never know
ground
what's-
vehicles as well.
You have them
Yeah,
all
so they'll
tied
be a little-
together, or do they each open independently?
You can open them independently.
The
The top
buttons.
button. Yeah, the top button does the up top
open,
one, and
close,
the bottom
okay.
button does the side here.
See,
And
I
we're gonna
always
work
did
on-
up and down with those. Like top one makes it go up.
Oh, yeah.
Bottom one makes it go down.
I always do end up doing that, but it's not actually necessary because you can just have a toggle on both.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and
I
there's a little
do-
ramp here so we can drive out ground vehicles.
Yeah, cool.
This
I
is
love
the,
this idea, dude. The palette thing.
This is the official Ravens Keep color palette, so that we don't lose those. And technically, it's on a separate grid, so if you Control Shift P the base, this should survive. Theoretically, we have not tested that.
I could do that for
And I
you real
asked-
quick.
I asked that no one test that.
No! I put
So why
so
don't
much
I-
effort in those colors.
And if you notice we really need to write those colors down because we just have to write the numbers down. This is meant to be a road, so the black. It had emissive strips on it at one point, which actually
I
looked
took 'em
very
off.
convincing.
I liked
Yeah.
them. Well, I thought they looked like honestly. So when I was coming over here, like we were doing the whole copy paste experimentation to see if we could help the sim speed, I saw the emissive strips on here, and obviously it was before you put a lot of these buildings in. But I thought you were making a runway, and that's actually what kind of gave me the idea for what I'm about to try and build.
Yeah. So anyways,
A lot of this was built by Alex. He could probably explain a lot more.
yeah, Alex is the chief architect of this base. Swooty and I just kind of not Swooty, freaking hell. Raven and we just kind of add little bits on, and then Alex comes and pretties them up. Kind of like what you're doing right now.
Yeah. Let's.
All right, so if we come over here, this is the main power and command. Eventually, will be a command center as well.
How'd you
for now,
yellow
it's-
so bright. Like that
Right?
really,
that
really sounds out.
It's
like,
actually orange.
It looks like glowing gold. Maybe it's the night or the lights. I don't know. But
It's
it looks,
an orange color.
And this
Yeah, I
is where
think it's-
Igor is.
Yes, if you look up, this is our both power and Igor. So power and main construction.
So you just went 4 smalls, or those are mediums? Those are smalls, right?
No, I think they're small.
They're medium.
Oh, you know what? No, they're mediums up at the top with those are
Okay,
small
yeah, I see 'em now. So, okay.
small upgrades.
Yeah, so the mediums are up here, on top of it. See, that was
Yeah.
the biggest issue I was having with the one I set up on mine was getting all the ports to line up, and still make it look nice.
Yeah. It's a pain, but I think Alex has done a good job. Over here is our server, little server corner.
Yeah, I'm here.
This is the lag corner, huh?
This is the corner
Yes.
that creates the lag.
What's are these just LCDs with the label on them?
Yep.
Yeah, there's LCDs, and next to them is small programmable blocks that has all the scripts.
What's the big red button do? If I push it, does it blow up?
Don't press the big red button. Do not press the big red button. I already briefed the rest of the team not to press the big red button.
Push through. I gotta push it now.
Don't
it's
touch the
calling my
button.
name.
I couldn't find the big red button. Now I know where it is.
Oh, great. Now you told.
What does
See,
it
I
do?
told them. All I told the rest of the team was don't touch the big red button. I didn't tell them where it was.
What does it do?
It's easy automation. It renames things.
Ah.
So if you look in the easy auto, the text panel that says easy, yeah, but so basically why you don't want to press it is it could accidentally rename a bunch of shit that we don't want to change the name of, and nobody wants that.
Oh, but I do. I mean,
Um,
of course not.
So a lot of these buildings are in mid-design progress.
Yeah, so if we head
because-
down the road here, we've got about half our hospital.
Kovaco, which one are you? Green?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
green.
he's the
I'm
green one.
blue, and Alex
Alex
is supposed to
red.
be the same blue as me.
Yeah.
It changed
But he's
my
red.
color.
See,
Yeah, it does.
see,
that to
they've been
me.
trying to convince me to change my color to match them. So, or go what's written above my cryopod.
One of us. One of us. One of us.
One of us.
One of us.
Yeah. See, there they
I
are. They're the
remember
same color
reference, I
again.
can't pick out. I don't remember the movie.
So then we got this basically our 3 cryopods. We each have our own one.
How come yours the only one colored?
Med. It's
He's
my
the only one
rebellion.
that's put effort into doing stuff.
It's supposed
Little
to.
small things like this.
It's gonna have a roof, and it's gonna have like a red cross on the roof and stuff like that. And
Yeah, the thing is I've been
work in
thrown
progress.
around back and forth. Like at first, I started that power room and I started putting the skin on it, and then we're like, oh, we need to finish the workshop because it's too noisy.
The
Then we're
monolith.
like, oh, we need an R&D place, so we started making that. And then we're like, oh, we need a hospital, so I started doing that. And eventually, I'm like, okay, I got too much shit to do, or stuff to do. Sorry. So I had to abandon all of the projects halfway through.
Yeah. So Alex is, like I said, Alex is our chief architect and engineering design person. But we just basically continuously change his priority, so that's fun. So if we head over here. Yeah, so the monolith in the center here, we'll go to that one next, but or after this a little bit.
You know,
This is basically the start of our cargo area.
now that I see this, I realize that we haven't set up a single LCD since we started this server.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, I
storage-
can't live without the LCDs. This is kind of my command center. I stand here and monitor our supply levels, and which nice. You just walk up and you kind of, well, at least on mine, I use one of my mouse buttons that can trigger the thing on the screens, and I can go into production, make stuff.
So you stand here and you look at him and say, all right, we've got too many of this component. I'm going to go crash a ship full of this component.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how we plan our expeditionary missions. So if you go over here to the workshop, so the reason
Oh, sorry, I was taking a
this
drink. All right,
became a
good job.
priority is because it's so friggin' loud when everything's running in here. But if you encase it in steel, which makes no sense, you can't hear it.
I'm glad you guys are using
So just kind of come in here and look up.
Oh, is this on a timer?
It's on a
No,
it's a
sensor.
sensor.
Ah.
It's a small area sensor, so you got to get close enough to it to trigger it. Otherwise, every time we walked up the road, it would open the door. It was getting annoying.
And then there's this hot mess of oxygen generators and assemblers.
There are oxygen generators in there. It's kind of a game to find them.
So, I can show you guys a way to make
There
your
is-
assemblers more efficient if you want.
Oh, they're
But-
purposely made non-efficient.
Yeah, that's like a.
As
hot
I understand
mess.
Are you
It's
talking
an
about the
aesthetic appeal
conveyor
thing.
tubes?
Just in general, like wow, that's kind of scary.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, it's designed to be a hot mess, and this is the theme of this place is a refurbished outpost that we have been renovating into making it productive again. But we're picking up the mess from that was left behind, and so everything's kind of janky and not really looking like it's efficient at all. But I don't really see anything wrong with the design other than its aesthetics.
No, I
it
think
all
it's
works.
cool.
It all works. Is on all the they really need to know is like, are we connected? Yes. Okay, move it. You know.
Nothing has an input and an output. It's all kind of secretly intelligent design. You just can't see it all.
Ah, I like it. It definitely fits the hot mess persona.
And then kind of behind it is the stack of of refineries.
with 2 laying on their side on top.
I just noticed those guys.
You know, I don't feel bad about the 5 I have anymore. I thought I was going overboard. Apparently, I'm not.
Yeah, we have
overboard enough.
8.
Ours are currently not processing ore, which is concerning.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that.
Actually, no, they're back on gold again. All
Yeah,
right.
And
this
then
is a
over
warehouse.
here-
Eventually, it'll have a skin around it. We just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah, right now it was prioritized to stop the noise.
And this must be the carpet cleaner.
Yep, this is.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, yes, that's the.
That's the name.
That's what it looks
Should
like.
have written on us.
It looks like a giant carpet cleaner.
Like a Roomba.
Yeah. Or a Bissell.
Like
That
one of
looks
those
like a Bissell.
steam
Dude,
wand things.
You could
This is the
totally
first
write-
you've seen this, Alex. I actually had to make this yesterday.
Dust Devil.
You could totally write Bissell on the front of this and it would be fine.
Yeah. And here's my first little miner here. This is what I started with.
It looks. I will admit, it does look pretty beast. Like, just the. It looks very.
Industrial.
Yeah, there's a. So one of the one of the movies. It reminds. It's very reminiscent of one of the movie designs that I've seen. And I can't think of the movie right now. I do a lot of sci-fi watching, so it's very. Very reminiscent of something, but I just can't pull it out of my mind what it is.
Yeah, my favorite thing to do is to mess around with the corner blocks, the slopes, and all that kind of stuff. I love making nice little sleek designs from a box.
Yeah. Kind of almost the middle almost looks very Jawa-y. The sand crawler.
Yeah, it's really neat. This is the
You wanna
nice
see
little,
something
little
that-
cradle.
You want to see something that thing is done?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Show me the area you wiped that you.
Well, first you might want to come over to where I am. Do you have Are you in Space Master and have unlimited hydrogen?
I don't know. I turned off my HUD.
Well, if you come under the base-
0, so
Oh, so you have unlimited hydrogen.
yeah. I had to go a creative mode to teleport over here. So
All right, might want to grab some hydrogen so we can go in. Or I could actually take you in the miner. There is
Come
a
show 'em the-
passenger seat.
there you are. I'm
Show them the
under
thing,
base.
the under the base. All right,
What is that? A piston?
have you found
Why
me?
is the base on a piston?
Shh! Don't look at the
Ah.
piston.
That scares me. Oh my god, the whole planet's gonna explode.
All right,
But
come on,
when
come
we
on.
first started, we were having issues of coming down, like running out of hydrogen and plopping down here and not having a way to get back onto the base. So Alex made this little system with a button.
Go press the button.
Press the
Press-
button.
you can press this button.
But it's not red. I don't want to push it.
Push the button.
I pushed the button. Oh, let me turn on admin controls for use all stuff. Because I probably don't have permission to use your stuff.
Most likely.
And I'll be invulnerable while I'm at it. There you go. Now it's red. Okay,
And
I'll
it's
push
red.
it. I didn't do anything. Oh, there we go. It's on delay.
Yeah.
Shuts off on its own. Drops you out 1 hydrogen bottle so you can fly back up into the base.
Just
Because
in
we
case, huh?
used to not have a way up there.
So, any thought to just like building a ramp?
No,
I
that's
didn't want a ramp yet
No.
because I needed to extend the base in size and I didn't know what directions yet, so I didn't want to make ramps, then have to delete ramps, and screw that.
Gotcha. So the tires.
So-
the tire. Sorry, before we go on past this one, the tires will stop this thing from exploding when it falls.
It catches it.
Kind of like a cushion.
Okay.
like a catcher's mitt.
It
The
minimizes
tires have a
damage.
lot of hit points. That's the thing, is that the tires are very durable because they're always like the last thing that survives any kind of crash, and the drills, the tips themselves are very durable as well. So that not a whole lot of damage happens.
Gotcha.
You might lose a drill or two, but it saves the ship.
That's all you really.
So
need.
up here there is a passenger seat. If you guys want to put a couple more passenger seats, I can go and take you to my most recent gold mine.
We can
You
just
go
stand
ahead.
here. We
Fly.
got mag boots.
They don't work in natural gravity.
But you can stand on this thing while it fly. I do that
Yeah.
quite frequently.
Not at 100 meters a second, dude.
All right,
Watch
fine.
me.
Oh, this should be interesting. I get to be present. for the
I
crash.
highly recommend putting some passenger seats on here.
Watch me.
All right, I gotta go get a drill or something.
Not
Not drill,
I'll post a couple
welder.
down. I'll put some down, and I'll just delete them when I'm done. When we're done. How's that sound?
Yeah, that works. That works.
Passenger seat. All right, where do you want them? You want them
Just next to the ones that are there.
We'll ride the short bus to school.
Yep.
All right. There we go. I'm shooting the video. I get the front seat, right?
Yep.
Oh, that's. I
All
didn't
right,
realize that when
we're
you're in
in.
passenger seats, you don't have to hit alternate to look around.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna hop
Yeah.
out of my seat because I want to watch you launch this thing off. Hang on. Let me fly over here. I want to watch you take off with it. Mainly because I'm pretty sure it's gonna blow up, and I just want to be over here.
No, this thing's made a lot of trips.
No, I'm just playing. No, I want to watch you take off, and I want to look at the docking pad once you're airborne. So the armor blocks, I'm guessing, are for cushioning on the landing.
Mm-hmm. And then
whatever those called, blast doors, rather. I
the
really,
tire. Yeah.
really like the use of the tires. Like it's very.
Yeah, that was
barge.
Alex's idea.
It's like a barge, you know, the dock barge docks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. All right, man, I'm in. You can tally ho.
Yeah, I'm sorting through all of my GPS coordinates. All right, and we are going that way.
It's up on the mountain behind the base. Guaranteed we'll spot it. She's so nimble.
It's kind of a disturbing view. Oh look, big propeller on one side, big impeller on the other side. Let's not get out of the
That's why I like the seat in the back.
Oh, Epic said something. Let's see if I can do this without crashing the chat. Oh, links. They want links for the stream. Let me.
Here, I'll get it for him.
I think I've got it. I'm just afraid I'm gonna crash it.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, I could do it innocuously.
Cool. All right, we're good. In fact, so when I Windows button to get out of Space Engineers, it doesn't even change the stream, which is good.
Nice.
I figure, so I'm recording this as well, so I can do, like, if I got some time, I can do some editing and go through and just take out all the superfluous stuff and just make a nice, like, here's our base, here's your base. Cut out my hangar building part.
Yeah, neat.
Make a nice short one.
You guys should be able to see the big hole I made.
I see a hole, yes. Another no pun
That's
intended.
It's. If you realize how high we are, that is the big hole. We're almost a kilometer above the ground.
Can I? Oh yeah, I can do view. All right, I love it. Everybody's on the school bus. You'll see it in the stream in a second when it catches up. Like everybody, you got to paint this thing yellow, and it'll be perfect. We're all riding the long bus to school. All right. So where's your hole? Okay.
Right below us.
So you just suctioned out a line, huh?
Yeah, I had to go down about 130 meters to get to the gold.
Wowza. How do you get down
Yeah,
there with this thing without hitting the edges?
It takes a while.
Very carefully.
I mean, is that hole... I guess we're just still really high. Because that hole
We're
does
still
not
250
look-
meters up in the air.
Yeah, that hole doesn't look big enough for the ship, but the...
That's about 3 ship widths and many lengths.
You know, it looks pretty cool from the top.
Gyro locking helps.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine. As long as you don't bump the side.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's wider than you think. You can fit in pretty easily.
Going down. graphics card's having trouble.
See, at this speed, you can actually walk around the ship. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, now feel free to walk around the cabin.
You.
Seatbelt
my
signs
line.
have been turned off.
That's my line.
When you're piloting the giant science fiction mining vessel.
I'm surprised I'm guessing the mag boots are part of the new version. I thought they were part of this one, or do they just not work in planetary gravity?
No, yeah, they don't work in gravity, or
Oh.
planetary gravity.
Ah.
So did you just make all these lights turn on? Or were they on the whole
No, they've
time?
been on the whole time.
Oh.
What is the? Is that just stone?
Where?
The
That's
black.
fallen out.
The black is uranium.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, uranium and gold.
Oh, so glitchy, so laggy. I'm back away from the mine.
Oh, but you can see it in action now.
Oh, I'm watching him. I'm watching him.
Now, see what you got to do now. The reason why the blast doors are on the bottom is because I can set this thing down on the ground.
Oh, just skim it. All right, let me.
Oh, yeah,
That gets me level.
What if
Yeah,
you-
the blast doors are the levelers. They'll keep it straight horizon-wise so that you can go in a straight line, relatively.
It's like a giant Zamboni.
Yep. It's glorious.
Hey,
Making
Epic,
some
welcome to
fresh
stream,
eye.
bud. Hey, Epic, you're more than
Nice.
welcome to join the chat, bud, if you want to. What happens? Have you tried skimming along on the blast blocks? Does it like?
I've
break
done
them
it
off,
before.
or have you?
It works. It gets a little bit more movement because of the locked gyros, though, so it's better to have it just a little bit above it.
That's pretty cool. You use thrust override to go forward, or you just push it forward slowly?
I just tapped forward. You can probably hear it as I'm broadcasting my voice.
Yeah. That's
Just give it a little
cool. I like
tap.
it.
Just tap it in. Just
Yeah.
oh goodness, almost got too close. Too close.
Epic says he loves the mining ship. I understand the offset drills now. That makes a lot more sense watching it in action. Like, because I saw the offset drills on your other one, I'm like, why? What's the point? Now I get it. Like, I understand.
We had one that had 3 levels of them, but that was just like too much.
Yeah,
And it was
that's
about what,
I'm
twice as
talking
wide?
about. That's what I'm talking about. I remember looking at that one before you got rid of
What's
it.
the max
Why?
carry weight of this one?
I've gotten it up to about 7 million, and it still performed fine. I was like half of the large cargo container.
Nice.
What name do you think, Epic? I'm calling it the Bissell. I don't know. They've got another name, the carpet cleaner, for this channel anyway. I think it looks like a giant Bissell ship.
Well, you can just stare at the name and not say it.
Yeah, that works too.
I've got my HUD off.
I
Keeping
want
this place
to,
PG.
Yeah. Seriously, I want to take like a screenshot of this and overlay my wife's steam cleaner, just so you can see how they line up.
It does look like a steam cleaner.
He
I think
likes,
it looks like one of those dust devils, the handhelds.
Eric says
There
he
you
likes
go.
Zamboni.
I turned off the
Epic.
beacon and the antenna.
Yeah, it's funny. My game, like the game itself, while I'm watching, is like lags while I'm moving, but I'm looking over the recording and it's like smooth and steady as I'm walking around. So.
Oh, and then of course your favorite part, Swoody, if you look underneath.
The stone poopers.
Yep, your favorite
Oh, yeah.
part.
Now I can definitely.
This is why you can't hand mine.
This is their trap. This is what stops me from gathering ore. And
This just
resources.
stops the other team from gathering resources.
I've got a conveyor sorter white stone, and I have the only connection to that is all those connectors, and just collect all and throw out, and they only collect stone.
Yeah, I do the same thing on my space miners. I just throw gravity generators and push it away, and the same thing, like 9 or 10 of them just pooping out stone.
You know what's weird on the latest dev build before we switched back to stable? Um, connectors lost their, or I think ejectors lost their ability to propel an object. So they would push it out into space, but then it wouldn't travel away from you at a linear speed.
Like there's no velocity added to it once it got ejected.
Yeah, it would just.
Yeah, so it would keep clogging up the connectors. It was so weird. Well, it wouldn't drop if you were in 0G.
No, I mean like.
So in
just drop it
space,
out
in
the hole.
0G, they would just clog up the connectors.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it would just spawn it right outside the connector, and then the connector would go red because it was obstructed. It was a huge pain.
So that's interesting. The stone you're dropping is the same color as the stone on the wall. I wonder, is it always? Because I thought the stone in space was looked like the asteroid stones. So I'm wondering
Well,
if
there's stone inside of the uranium.
No, I'm saying the little stone pooplets that are falling out the ship. They're the same color as the stone on the walls, the desert stone.
Someone
But
grab my
when
backpack.
When you poop out stone in space, it looks more like the asteroid rocks.
Did you die, Kovaco?
Yeah, it lag spiked and it hit the wall.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's okay, I'm back at the base.
That's pretty cool, man. I like it. That's you just,
Cool watching it from the bottom underneath it.
I wonder what happens if I stand in front of it, since I'm a space master and involved. There you go. You get a good view of it. This is like Austin Powers.
Just sitting.
No!
No!
Like 4 or 5 breaths. No! Epic has a theory about the stone colors. Lay it on me, brother. Lay it.
Did you come into voice chat?
That's what I said. Epic, join us in the voice chat. You've got access. Oh my god, I'd be ground up and spit out. That's just disturbing.
But yeah, I've spent all day digging down to this gold.
It was quite a lengthy period of time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really cool machine, and once you got to the ore, I could see it being very efficient. But oh my god, that's a huge hole you had to dig out to get down to it.
Yeah, I even right-clicked through all that uranium. I'm like, I'm not here for uranium. I'm just here for the gold.
Epic says he's gonna come in and give the theory. And Frank, welcome to the stream. How you doing?
Got a good amount of gold now with all this. That's cool.
Yeah,
I love the fact that this
you-
method of mining is so efficient.
So's hand mining.
Yeah, but like you see how the vein is? It's just laying down in vast stretches horizontally. So if you build one of these type of horizontal miners, you can get a huge vein, and I like that idea.
Hi, everybody.
Hey,
Hey,
Epic.
Hey, Epic.
Okay, so you want to hear my theory?
We do.
I do.
Okay, so
Lay it on us.
my theory, and of course, you know, I'm not a programmer, so I can't say for sure, but my theory is that when you gather stone, each time you gather stone, the stone that you gather actually maintains its color. Like, so it's actually, like, if you gather stone, you're actually, different colored stones are different stone. And so if you were to say gather up a bunch of that light brownish stuff and then spit it back out in some way or another, it would be light brown. But as we all know, all the stone combines in a container and it loses its individual identity. My theory is that the first stone you gather is it keeps that color, and if you bring in any additional stone, it's just adding to that quantity. And so any stone after that point will come out as that color. So the first stone you gathered with this machine was that color, and therefore all additional stone was that color.
It's kind of like in Minecraft with the better barrels. If you have one type of steel from one
Yes.
mod and you put it in the barrel, any type of steel that you put into it afterwards becomes that type of steel, regardless of the mod it came from.
Exactly like that. Yes.
Interesting.
That's my theory. I don't know if it's right or not, but that's my theory. And so that would explain why you were seeing that.
I guess to test it, I need to mine some stones on a planet and see what color they are, other than desert.
You could test it right here.
Because I don't have any tools with me.
Well,
I
then
left
you
everything
can't
when I
test it right here.
teleported. See, my theory was that it would probably be biome based. When you're in space, everything's an asteroid color, and then when you're on the planets, depending on what area of the planets you are, it would dump the different color stones.
It's possible. But I feel like something happened. I don't even remember when I saw it, but I feel like something happened with that, where I picked up one and picked up another and dropped it, dropped the combined one, and it was one color. And then some other time I picked them up in different order and dropped them, and it was the other color. And so I came up with this theory and then forgot what I actually did. So
Were you here for our base tour, Epic?
I was not. I just joined. I didn't even realize that. How long have you guys been streaming?
I think Swoody and I have been on for about an hour.
Hour
so.
and 20.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Yeah, I've been on for about 30 minutes.
Yeah, we only did the base tour about 15 minutes ago.
It's
Yeah.
right over this way if you want to go.
I
Sweetie.
saw as you guys were flying in with this thing, and I saw that big trench, and I went, "How in the world did they start that?" I actually wanted to ask about that. How did you, like, with the drills only on one side of this drill machine? How did you make straight walls? Oh, you came at it from a different direction.
So-
Yeah, get up, turn around.
Well, that was
Go-
obvious.
You go
Should've
one
thought of that.
direction and you keep extending out the hole, and then you flip 180 and you go and you extend out where your ship was, and you lower that part too.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
this ship, like this particular trench, I had 3 steps down, and then I would go all the way up, turn around, come back down, and take out those 3 steps and make 3 steps further down.
That makes perfect sense.
That
It
is-
took a long time. It was 130 meters down for this gold.
Jeez.
Dude, that is way too much work for gold. I'll stick with my hand drill.
But
need to
the
go-
thing is that I went through like 4 or 5 other gold deposits, and they were all this deep. And finally, I found this flat one, and I'm like, okay, I'll go for this one.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, gold's always deep. Well, not always, but
We
That's why I
also
like
have
asteroid
millions
mining.
of gold of ore.
I've lost
Oh,
the
I'm
base.
sure.
Where are you guys? Oh, there's a red mark. That's got to be over there. I'm gonna get away from your miner because it's seriously lagging my game.
I'm almost done with this vein here.
Oh, you lost me on the fly.
Yeah, I turned around because Epic was talking about the whole.
I'll just fire some of our Gatling guns up in the air. You should be able to find it.
No, I got.
Did you guys like the flashy blue lights?
Yeah, I was
Yes.
gonna ask about that. Why blue instead of like
We're
yellow
blue team.
or
We're blue
red
team.
or something? Oh, well, that's obvious now. Okay.
Not to mention that's like my favorite color blue, that light cyan blue.
It's so laggy.
I'm almost done. Turn these drills off and it should be better.
So I know almost nothing about this server. If somebody wanted to give me the rundown of what's going on.
Yeah.
Sure,
in
the
fact,
Coles
so-
notes is basically there are 2. Okay, you go ahead, Swoody.
No, I was just gonna say I'm actually once we're done, I will. I plan to edit out like all the superfluous stuff, and I'll upload the base tours as well. So if you guys want to look at that after, but you go right ahead and
Nice.
explain it all. Actually, I'll give you a good view from up
Sure.
top while he's doing
He's
it.
approaching our base right now.
So basically, the idea is there are 2 teams that we've formed, a red team and a blue team, and they've both started on their own Earth-like planet. Approximately, I think they're about 6,000 kilometers apart.
So you had to spawn
Give or
in
take.
one of them at least, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the first time we did this is actually the second iteration. So the first time we did it, we started in a regular kind of solar system, and it actually just happened organically. One group started on Earth and one group started on Mars, and because it's the blue planet and the red planet, it became the red and blue team. But we realized that we didn't really make those teams very balanced, and it
Yeah.
really started becoming quite laggy.
Yeah.
So we ended up restarting and in a custom unit, like a custom solar system that Swoody built. So he built it all up in creative and uploaded it. And so now we both are on Earth-like planets, and that way everyone has a even footing to start. We used to rub it in their face. We didn't have to worry about oxygen.
Yeah.
And we also each team started off with 3 atmospheric landers on a lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, nice.
Um,
Okay.
I did the same seed for both planets, and I tried to do the same lake. I don't know if I got it right, but I tried to do the same lake with the 3 landers. When I
And then
set
the
it
moon
up.
directly above.
Yeah, the moon directly above the initial spawn point.
just
Nice.
slightly off because we decided to move out into the desert,
So it's right
which
towards the moon, but
I like it. I like visiting all the different biomes, and
I
yeah.
like you guys
And so
using
basically
letters.
yeah.
The letter
Oh yeah,
mark? Yeah.
it's good for labeling our buildings. Um, yeah, both the Earth-like planets are the gravity well of the Earth-like planet is considered a safe zone, and then anything
Oh.
outside that is fair game for combat.
Oh, nice.
So that's kind of how
Yeah.
we balance out the creative versus PvP. So if you just want to build like we're doing, we're making really cool bases that we can always come back to. They're safe because they're on the planet and they're in the gravity well. You can go to an asteroid as long as it's in the gravity well, it's safe. But then if you want to go actually fight stuff, you just leave the planet and go look for a battle.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're probably gonna have like battles on like our moon bases and stuff. We'll engage and whatnot, and have terrestrial battles there. And we in our first iteration, we were kind of just at the part of the game where our industrial complex has gotten to the point where we're going to start building like some light carriers and stuff like that to carry our fighters into battle. But we hadn't really gone very far yet.
I did.
But
They were scared.
okay,
That's why they wanted to restart.
the other team did. Not a thing.
My cruiser was done and fully stocked with fighters, and then they wanted to stop. I don't know. Seems kind of
Yeah. That's us that want to stop.
And I'm coming in for a landing.
Oh, here comes the miner.
I will,
So this is pretty glorious. It brings
yeah.
back millions of kilograms of ore.
I'm watching the stream, so I'm a little bit behind.
That's okay.
Oh
I
yeah,
haven't seen
no
him
worries.
yet. I have a feeling it's going to be a little while, huh?
He's above you.
I don't see him.
I'm about 500 meters above. Oh, I turned off my beacon and my antenna because of the name.
Oh yeah.
If you look if you're standing on the
There he
pad,
is.
look towards
There he
the
is.
R&D building. Yeah.
Well, I was standing out to the side so I could watch him come in for dock.
Oh, okay. Just showed up on the stream.
I'm really just waiting.
How do you
for
like the
explosion.
base, Epic?
It looks awesome. I love it, especially like the label, those like the letters being used as labels like that. That looks really cool.
We're trying to go with a theme of an industrial outpost that is being refurbished because it was abandoned.
You nailed it, because that's what it really looks like.
Yeah, I haven't finished any of the buildings yet, but they're in progress.
Alex is our chief architect, but we basically keep changing his priority on what we need. So basically, a lot of the buildings are half built.
We've been supplying them with the materials, so
Yep. Raven goes and gets me new materials to make more parts, and
Kovalik crashes and loses them all.
Hova likes to go out into space and abandon us.
I'm expanding
who's-
our empire.
Who's all on the server? I don't even know who I'm talking with right now. Obviously, Swoody, but who else?
It's Kovikal, Raven, wow,
And
I got
Alex.
the Discord down. So Alex, so you got Alex Greystone.
Oh,
Raven,
I should just
Kovikal.
look over at the Discord, shouldn't I? All right,
Yeah.
okay. I see.
Yeah.
It doesn't label the team. Actually, here I can do. I'll wait till he's done parking, and then I'll bring up the screen, and you can see the different teams on the comms panel.
Oh, cool.
So basically, it's the 3 of them right now, and then on my team we have Classic, myself, and Troy. And then when Cosmic finally gets in here, I think he's going to be on our team as well.
Oh,
It's
awesome.
funny, I just tried to clean a piece of dirt off my screen, but actually it turns out it was someone hovering in the distance.
I've done
that's
that.
Probably me watching.
It is. I was like, there's a little speck of dirt on my screen. Let's try and clean that off.
Wow.
It was not a thing.
I've done that
Well,
exact thing. That's hilarious.
I just tried to swipe you away with my hand. It didn't work.
Dude, I really, really love the tire landing pad theme. Like, that is, to me, is so... Being
I
in
was
the
just
Navy,
noticing
that's
that.
just like Wow.
And does it just slot in? I mean, are those
Parks. He's got a
They're-
park
Hangar doors?
here on the.
They're like safety nets.
All right,
In case
now
you
go
bump
go
down
underneath
too
where
low.
the hole is in the underneath.
No, no more pooping stones. I figured out what your hole was for. Your hole is to lag me out. Oh, now see, look, the stones are regular color. No, they're regular color again. Most of them.
It's actually mixed. You get both
Yeah,
of them in there.
it's
I'm
Oh
seeing both.
wow.
Whoa. Okay, so all
Okay.
the trees have been destroyed.
Well, unless is there stone in more than one container?
Oh, that's an interesting thought. Or maybe the stone got transferred to the ejectors and then shut off.
Yeah,
But no,
yeah,
'cause it was
probably.
stopped.
I don't eject stone while I'm moving. That's just asking for problems.
So Swoody, can you grab some of the different colored ones as they're falling?
I could try. You'd have to hit it and then turn it off because he's dumping so much it's disappearing.
Yeah.
Well, you can see them up here.
Grab. Yeah, grab. Too fast. There's one. Let me get a brown one now.
It just
I feel
dropped
like
out
playing hot
somebody.
potato. It's like hot potato right here.
Okay, you got some gray ones.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm watching the delay, so
Come here. Ah, damn it. Nope. Ah.
It'd probably be better to come up here and try and get them as they spawn into the world.
Or you could just turn it off and the ones that fell I could pick up. That would
I
work.
got multicolored, and it just gave me the darker color when I dropped it.
Did you have darker color in your inventory already? Oop, I think I got one.
No, I had.
Oh,
There you go. I
go.
stopped it.
It just combined them. Well, they all disappeared. That's neat. It just combined them into one. So I'll drop.
Oh,
it.
because this isn't the only stone ore dump. That's right. The base has its stone ore dump as well. That's dumping us.
I was wondering why they're disappearing.
Dump
so
all the
fast.
stone.
See, this is the other
we do
part
not
of
like
the server.
stone.
They just are destroying my ability to mine by hand by lagging out all the ores.
We can turn it off. They both have off buttons.
Lies. Just cheating lies. No. I do the same thing in space when I have a miner. When I'm still in the dark ages.
I don't do that.
We can dump about 500,000 kilograms of stone in under a minute.
And that's without this guy running as well. So now this guy's running.
But I can
Yeah.
drive 1.5 million kilograms of stone into the side of my ship.
True story.
True story of that.
Yeah, yeah. See, that's a lot more interesting.
You can also avoid something that's probably that big simply by trying to hit it.
Wow.
That asteroid you avoided.
Oh, okay.
Ba-dum-bum.
It took me a second. That was good. Yes, I'm pretty good at missing gigantic things that I want to hit and hitting gigantic things that I want to miss. That's my MO right there.
So how much gold do we have now? 5.22 million.
Yeah.
Woot.
What are you planning on making with all that?
What happened to your miner?
Just stockpiling.
Which miner?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Gotta relog. It's there. That's just piston physics.
Yeah, it's
So
just
that's
the
why you had the
piston.
pistons down there. You guys really are just pushing the boundaries. A piston,
But
a
hey-
It's still
connector on
there.
Wheels. All you
But
gotta
hey,
do
building
is-
rotors.
it answered a question you asked earlier. Do the tires work? Yes, they do.
Yeah, there you go.
It fits in there perfectly.
There's your
Well,
safety
the
button.
piston is still on the head. It's just desynced. So if you relogged, you would see it in its correct position.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I don't know. So I don't know if this really matters to anybody because none of you guys have Space Master. But I found out something interesting. So you know how when you log in, sometimes the ships will not be there or something like this where it desyncs. You don't actually have to relog the game. I can go to Space Master. So I'll bring up F10. Right. My body shouldn't go anywhere.
Reload models.
I'm just gonna go to something else somewhere else. I don't know if it's gonna work with going to a character because you guys are right next to me. But if I say go to
It should
another
still.
grid, okay? And there you go. It takes me out to his space base. Now I go back to player control. But now it just logged it even worse. But usually when I do that, there you go. See, well, you saw it for a second. It relogs it and will fix a lot of stuff. So when I did this earlier, my rocket ship was completely missing. And then I just came over and looked at the spawn asteroid and came back and it was there. So I don't know. I don't know if you guys ever use Space Master, but it's an interesting little trick.
Once again, that's a tutorial that you can do.
Yeah, I've got a little list going now. Problem is pulling myself away from the server long enough to record them.
No time for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Must keep building.
I gotta keep up.
It's
with
on my
the
list
Bissell.
too. So,
Well, yeah. Now that you see that what we're doing,
what on the? No, I meant Space Master
show,
tutorial is on my list of possible tutorials someday.
Oh, me too. I started
But,
looking at it the other day.
Whoever gets there first, right?
Yeah.
oh well, we're gonna need another large cargo container here soon for ore.
I don't want to hear it.
We gotta figure out what's going on with the refineries.
That too. Maybe the Tim Master here knows what's
Okay.
going on with Tim.
I know all there is to know about Tim. Okay, maybe not, but what do you guys having problems with?
The
I've been
it's
glitching
not
lately.
the refineries aren't sucking in ore to build.
Only
They
4
have-
of them is processing out of the 8 we have.
That sounds like a Tim problem. Yeah.
Yeah, but have you guys put a debug screen down?
That would
No.
help.
No, I haven't actually.
All right, I'll build one.
Or Igor will build one.
So I'm just going
More accurate.
through the buildings so
Did
you guys can see them.
Oh yeah,
Show
show Epic Igor in this one, or did you?
Yeah, that's where
I'm
I was
looking at it
actually
right
just
now,
at.
actually.
Yeah, I was telling him, like, I think it looks cool the way the yellow. It looks like actual like gold pillars. It looks really epic.
It looks really nice. I love it. It doesn't look epic. If it looked epic, then it would just be really boring and gray, and maybe with some green on it.
Well, maybe you could kind of implement something that we did and use a color palette. Did you see the color palette?
I'm so bad with colors.
Oh
like,
no, yeah. Let me. I kind of glanced at it, but I didn't have a chance to say anything. I'll show you. Jump.
It's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, dude, this is amazing idea. I've got to do this when I get back. So, they set up one of the little off-site grids or the merge grids where you can put small grids on a large grid. And
oh
then
yeah.
laying down each block into the different colors they use, so they can just quick tag it and go paint something instead of
That is a
having
good
to
idea.
calculate the numbers and stuff.
And what's great about it is that if someone accidentally like Shift P or Shift Control Shift and click the whole base one color,
Yeah, here, let me
this
do that for
palette
you.
would be safe.
Yeah.
Let me do
Oh,
that for
that's
you
a
so you
good
can prove
idea.
the point.
No, no.
Make it all yellow.
Yeah, okay, and I'll...
Okay, I've only got a few more minutes before I got to deal with children and whatnot. So, show me the Tim tags. I'm curious. I want to see the refinery Tim tags.
What's the debug tag? Just Tim debug?
Yeah, I got it up already. It's not really helping.
Well, all of the refineries I know have Tim ore on them, but for some reason only half of them are getting ore.
None of them are labeled refinery anymore? I'm trying to show him the stuff on the screen, but I'm not finding any refineries. What'd you guys label them?
Oh, because they're hidden. I think you got to click the eye.
Oh yeah.
Alright, there you go. Tim ore. I mean, it's auto-capitalizing, so it's picking it up.
Yeah. So then the other question is, do you have them set to not use the conveyors? Because Tim bypasses that. And if you leave it on, then other things will pull it out.
They're all set to off use conversion, so I think Tim sets them to off.
He does, but there are ways to like unfix it. he
see.
automates that, but then I think there are ways to break it basically. And because I've done it. And then
Fair.
let's see, the other thing would be, I mean, can you manually place ores in there?
You can, but it'll pull it out.
It'll pull them back out again. Okay. Do you
Yeah.
have a Tim ore screen? I see.
Yes, the orange one's Timor.
Oh, okay, I see it there. Oh yeah, 20
Ah,
ice
quit pushing
and
me.
4
Back off.
cobalt. And how many refineries do you have?
8.
Yeah. So
So
why
the
is
27
it not...
ice are just the oxygen generators, which
Yeah.
there are
That's normal.
30 of them, so that's odd. If you go into the workshop, you can see them all. Or no, you can't go into the workshop because you're not looking at. Never mind.
Oh, I can.
You have to use
Why
Swoody to
is
look
it not
around.
seeing it? Have you checked ownership on the refineries?
Yeah, that's what this is saying.
Oh, yeah,
Somebody
I haven't
click,
checked that one.
Like Alt A or Control A, and then change it all to one person and see if it fixes
I
it.
think they should all be owned by me.
Yeah, they are all owned by him.
Wow.
What
and
about?
is the timer in the programmable block owned by him?
That's what I'm checking now.
Well, it's running
Hey.
partially on 4, so it's got to be.
Nope, it's owned by me. Let me change it to him. And he's gonna have to share it with faction.
Oh
And
yeah.
And
I hate
probably
I hate that when you give something to somebody else, it doesn't default share it to faction, like it should. But
I'm giving the other 2 to you as well, Alex.
Okay. The 1 second timer needs to be changed over.
I gave you all of the programmable blocks if you want to get those shared.
You might have to recompile it too once you transfer it over.
Yeah, you
I
will.
did.
All right, 1 second timer is yours. Yeah, and the other 2 you made. So I got easy auto and 1 second timer set to you. So then recompile and restart all the timers.
Yeah, Frank, I have no idea how to do that, man. Sorry, I'm not keeping up with the chat very well for the stream. I apologize, guys. There's
All right,
so
it's
many
up and
chatters
running.
in here. No, it's still showing 4.
that's really odd. I've
You
never
know,
seen
if you
that.
want, I can try transferring everything's ownership to me, and maybe that'll fix it.
That just kind of sounds like you're trying to steal the base.
Shh! Don't tell nobody.
We're getting some conveyor errors though. It says no conveyor
think
connection for cargo base
I
1.
think that's because of the stone. Like, you've got too much stone and it doesn't know what to do with it.
It knows exactly what to do with it. To dump it.
Poop it out.
I mean, it's done dumping. We have it set to keep a certain amount of stone.
I'm curious, what,
No conveyor for what?
No conveyor connection. Can you manually use some of those refineries and just verify that you actually can put ore in them?
No, I can't.
Yeah, I'm
Oh, what the heck? Hold on.
Or, no, I was trying to right-click and transfer some, and it's not letting me transfer anything.
Okay, I think that's your issue.
Yeah, but I'm walking through the workshop right now, checking all the connections, and it looks right. Pipes are yellow, and
Well, I mean,
feel like they're
all
connected
transferring
properly.
through the ones on top anyway, so it still should have been connected, right?
Yeah, and they go through cargo containers. So this new cargo container I put up here for ore should not interfere at all.
And
Now-
you actually got them
you know what?
gridded, so they're connected by
Hang
multiple things too.
So I've noticed sometimes when a box or a chest or an item is completely full, it won't let other items transfer through it. And Tim is keeping these refineries on the bottom completely packed, maybe it's not allowing the ore to transfer up. So
I've never seen that. I mean,
it may have been a glitch in my single player world, but I had that problem where I had like I had like 3 cargo containers next to each other, and I filled up the first one with items. It wouldn't let me. It wouldn't transfer from one side to the other through the full box.
See, that's the thing with Tim though, is that he keeps even amounts in both cargo containers. You know?
yeah.
Yeah, but your refineries are 100% full of cobalt. That is
Oh.
refining.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I'm pulling it up.
I get it.
100% full on the refineries.
And I've never fully filled a refinery, so I wouldn't know.
But Tim is keeping it 100% full. I mean, as soon as it starts oring it down,
Yeah.
boom, throw some more in there. Because probably your cargo containers are overloaded right now with all the stone.
Well,
and everything.
and Tim, I don't think Tim's designed to, you know, avoid maxing them out. But still, you'd think some would get through occasionally, you know?
Yeah, but it's probably refining so fast and getting
Oh, it's
pulled
true.
out.
That's true. That's an interesting. You almost
Yeah, we need some redundancy, is what we really need.
set find your ore cargo container and set it to locked. That'll keep Tim from pulling anything out, and then we can test that theory.
You guys want me to do it, or you want to do it?
Alex, could you do it?
I can do it.
You can also
What do
try
you guys-
changing them. We could try changing the ones that are set to ore that are not pulling. Change them to gold or nickel or something and see if it can pull what it needs.
It can't. It can. I tried that actually. I can override it by changing Tim Ore to like Tim Cobalt,
And it would.
and it overrides it, and it works.
Oh well,
Hmm.
that
Alright, so that's locked. But see, it's not even giving me the option. They're all grayed out when I try and transfer them.
yeah.
Except for itself.
We may have to grind them down and put them back.
I don't know. I don't.
Interesting.
I don't think that's it. And I'm noticing that even though it's locked, it's not actually decreasing. It's still getting filled up. It looks like.
Yeah, it's maxing out the ore storage and then just leaving it in there.
Is your ore cargo container full?
Both of them were full. I just added a third one.
No, they weren't. They weren't full. They were half. Both of them were half.
They were
Oh, okay.
reaching full, and then something was throwing stuff in there, and then Tim was taking them back out and putting them in refineries again.
So, is everywhere that Tim can grab ore from locked?
I have to check.
Yes. Unless there's still some over in his ship.
I would say no, because it's still getting ore. See how it's.
Some of them
now
are
it's
still
going
processed.
down. Now it's starting to go down.
Okay, so now
Yeah.
if it's a whole thing about it being full, you should be able to transfer between them. I would think.
Yeah, so there's no. I don't have any Tim tags or anything on my cargo on the big miner, but there is on the small miner.
Interesting thing. Refinery 1. Isn't that refinery? No, this is refinery 1 over here.
I turned the conveyor system on refinery 1 to see if that would fix it.
Yeah, so refinery 1 has nothing in it, and if I put ore in it, it just immediately gets sucked out.
See, it won't even let me transfer ore into it.
No, I can transfer ore into refinery 1, but as soon as I put it in, it's pulled out immediately.
Huh.
Now, it has used conveyor system off. Tim ore tag.
Oh, wait a minute. What's your refinery? It's probably 2, so... No?
This is number 1 over here in the corner,
Look at
so
that.
I'm gonna try hacking it and
Slash
rebuilding.
stone.
So I should stop dumping thousands of kilograms of ore into it.
There, it's been hacked.
Let me
Check refinery 1. I think the conveyor system's turned on.
wait a minute. So is this your only ore cargo? Cargo base 2 Tim ore? Is that your only ore? where
No,
you got
the stack of 3 containers is the ore.
All 3 of those is ore storage.
All right, try this. Take away the ore stone quantity, the Pry 1 ore stone. Take that out of the Tim tag on one of them.
Someone doing that.
Because what I'm thinking is maybe it's pulling the stone in, overloading the box, dumping the
Yeah,
stone
doing
out, overloading the conveyor system. You got to unlock it. All right, so that's a no.
Interesting side note, though. Why isn't it storing stone?
Yeah, go double check the conveyor system. I think it might be turned off or turned on right now for refinery 1.
I turned on refinery ones.
Oh, you
So,
did. Okay.
Just number one.
Well,
I was
then it should be-
experimenting with it.
It should be pulling it in on its own then.
It
It's
was
off
turned
again.
off.
Okay.
I assume Tim's turning it off.
Well, but look
It
at
shows on for me.
yeah.
Interesting.
Let me exit out and re-enter it.
Yeah, I'm seeing off.
Yeah, number one is showing on to me.
Yeah, Weston had a good point. If you turn it on and it turns back off again, then that means that Tim is seeing it properly.
Wasn't there like a argument code for Tim, like there is for LCD panels, like the reset thing?
Well, it resets every time you start it, so you don't have to use an argument. You just go in and recompile it.
What if we just turn Tim off for a second and see if we can just put ore in the refineries?
That's a good idea.
I'll go stop the timer.
I'm over here.
Or he's already over there. Whoa, low sim speed.
All right, I gotta head out, guys. But it's been fun. Hopefully, you guys can figure it out. And one of these days, let me know. And I'd love to come do a tour as like a ship tour
For sure.
kind of thing. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
can totally do that.
Yeah.
Well, when
Okay.
we complete this base.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'd love
And
to.
by then we'd probably have something up in space too at that point.
Yeah, it'd be good to do just like an episode for each major construction. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
So,
My plan
anyways.
is
Sounds good.
to go at least weekly and do kind of like the same thing we're doing today, and just do like a quick run through. Like, all right, this is what's been updated since last week.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
And plus, you've got the other server too, the co-op server. That server, I believe, is in like Seattle or something like that. So it's really close. Should be really close to you. And you could do tours in that as well.
Yeah. Actually, that would be fun too. I have no idea what's going on these servers. It's hilarious.
Whoa, what'd
But,
you just do?
I haven't done anything.
Well, somebody did something because all the refineries just flip-flopped. All the ones that weren't working before are now working, and the ones that were working are not working.
Yeah, I think I know what's causing it.
Do share?
The Tim's on those ships over there. Because Tim is off and it's still running.
Well, as soon as you turn off, okay,
then the
yeah,
other
you
one
probably
will
want
take
to.
over.
So, but like, oh,
Does the small miner have one that's like connected but not really connected?
and if you have a Tim, this is kind of a broken sort of thing that there's nothing you can do about. If you have 2 Tims and 2 timers and they're not normally connected, and you connect them, but you turn off the timer for the one that's the primary, then neither of them will work. So you have to either turn off, if you want it off, you have to turn off all of the timers, Or if you want it on, you need to run the timer for the one that's considered primary at that moment. So, because they automatically identify as we've got more than one running, so let's let's go into idle mode and all that kind of thing. So,
Okay. Yeah, I turned off. Yeah, I turned it off on the mole. Is it working now?
I may have made a minor kaboom.
okay, I'll let you guys figure it out. I'm gonna head out, but it was fun. Thank you for the invite.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
okay.
Thanks,
Yeah.
stop by.
Okay, so it looks like the screen is finally stopped, so it's finished trying to control our system.
Well, it still won't let me transfer anything.
Okay, I can stick ores into the refineries now without them disappearing immediately.
Okay, that's so. I don't know. That's weird.
Are
It
you
won't let me
going to
transfer ore.
reconnect this?
I wasn't going to. I purposely deconnected it, but I didn't realize it would fall.
Well, there's no Tim or timer on this ship.
Oh, okay, then I'll reconnect it.
Yeah, the only other one was on the mole. Yeah, you're gonna have to turn the thrusters on. There you go.
Just need some engines. Turn the engines off.
Okay, did you turn the stone poopers off before or after you killed Tim? Or does Tim control your stone poopers?
No, Tim doesn't control the stone poopers on the big ship.
What about the base?
I don't know about the base. I didn't set up the base.
Yeah, he
Fingers all
controls
over
them.
repairing this stuff.
Tim controls
Yeah.
the base ones.
Really? I can't walk through here? Am I not cool enough to activate your sensors?
Probably doesn't
Yeah,
have
we
detect
have
enemy.
detect enemy, yeah.
So how does your stone pooper work then?
Tim puts in excess ore of stone based on how much we have stored inside of the cargo containers. So that's
Okay.
why that stone 10K was in there.
So try this. Try deactivating the Tim stone pooper code, however you got it coded. And then turn Tim back on and see if the refineries work.
Well, now that that other Tim block is no longer broadcasting Tim, which it should work now.
No, it's not. I just turned Tim back on to see if that would fix it, and we still
Recompile
got
them.
empty ones. Yeah, I had to recompile it. It's brand new Tim, starting off at a low number, and he's still being a pain in the butt. Alright, let me try the pooper thing.
Are you resyncing, Kovocal?
I am.
That's your one of us deal.
One of us. One of us.
I don't
I
remember what
I put up a
named it.
wide debug screen. We can change the green one back to ammo. I thought it was too hard to read.
Alright, so how's it working now? Did you deactivate the stone?
We're all set to stone garbage, so I'm just gonna I'm removing the bracket on the beginning of Tim.
I don't even know what you were using to... how you're pulling it over. Or was it hidden? Is that why I wasn't seeing it?
Yeah, they're grayed out, but if you type in stone garbage, you'll just see the command on each of the connectors.
You know what's handy for changing the name on a ton of blocks? The big red button.
was told not to touch the big red button.
Yeah, you need a big red button technician. It's qualified on the big red button.
I always just went down and copied and pasted into each one. Changed
That's fun
one.
until you have like 20 of them. Or
Yeah.
30.
Okay.
I used it for,
Could
I
we
had
not
oxygen generators.
Could we not just grind the connector that's connecting them, and then reattach it afterwards?
No, because all that work would have been for nothing.
No,
They're
no,
all
just-
reset.
No, not the connector.
They're all changed.
Not the connector. This pipe going into the connectors right here, so that the stone can't get to them.
I think that is. It seems okay to do.
I think that
Actually,
would
wait a
stop
second.
all stone
I
from
think-
getting down to it, right? There's no other connector.
Yes.
Well, I don't see it falling, and it runs independently, so it's not gonna mess up anything in here.
That should effectively remove it without you having to change it.
Well, I already changed them, but yeah.
Oh well. Then it was a moot point.
Still
I could
4.
change them all.
Maybe it's a quota thing.
That's what the only thing I could come
No.
up with is that, like, but
Where?
it doesn't make any sense, like, from a logical perspective. Why would you ever stop processing ore, even if you reached a quota for ingots? Like, there's no reason to
still
keep
processing
ore.
cobalt, or is it? What?
Yeah, it's going through cobalt like noise business, but I don't know that we need. Do we need?
Is
There
it going
no
through
quota
cobalt
for
though?
ore.
It says 4 refineries are working on it.
Yeah,
'Cause you
but
don't
it's
have enough
sitting there
iron.
at 115.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
Tim
iron.
stopped, didn't it? Or did you restart him? Did you start the timer?
Why isn't? Yeah, Tim's moving. He's updating his panel right here.
Yeah, the debug screen's changing.
And it's showing refinery 1 is chewing through cobalt.
Oh, now one wants to be active. What the heck is going on?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Whenever you did whatever you did earlier, they all flip-flopped. The ones that weren't working are working, and the ones that were working stopped.
And Tim's not taking the ingots out of the ones that aren't working now.
You still
I
have all
get
the
what you're
boxes
saying.
locked? Did you guys
I get-
unlock the ore boxes?
Yeah, they're all unlocked. And I get what you're saying, Frank. We plan on doing that. I just haven't gotten around to the naming convention yet. But that shouldn't be affecting this problem.
No, it's pulling. It says it's pulling the cobalt ingots out.
Well, see, it's getting what? Refinery 6271.
Wait, what? It just said gold. What the heck?
6271.
Cobalt from refinery. Where'd it go? It was popping up saying gold, but it wasn't doing any gold earlier.
Could not
There you go.
control
Ore
cargo
gold.
base.
Ah, it went away too fast.
Why can't it control this block?
Huh. I don't know, man. This is weird.
Okay, that's my block again.
I don't know. My money's still on a stone overload.
Hey, Raven,
Yeah?
can you come to this middle storage container and change that to me?
Yeah, as soon as I load in, I went ahead and resynced.
I think that might be the issue.
Is that the only connector, or do you have one going underneath?
I don't think there's one going underneath. I think that's the connector going into the workshop. And it's owned by, or it's connected to a block that's not owned by the person who owns the Tim.
How about if Kovikal and I just control A everything on the base and switch it to you? I'll go disconnect the miner so you don't
What?
claim it.
I can just change this to me and then change it back to you if you want. Alex.
Yeah, once you disconnect the ships first.
Yeah, I'm gonna go disconnect the ship. He can. He already owns the mole just for the.
You could do that too, I guess.
Hold on a second. I need to disconnect this ship as well.
I didn't do anything though. Conveyors don't have ownership, do they?
No.
Not that I'm aware of.
Interesting. Very interesting.
All right, so I just selected everything in the base, and I'm about to switch it over
Wait.
to Alex.
Hold on 1 second.
You should just get
Nothing
all
on-
the space pirates.
Nothing on the
That-
base is belonging to somebody else, right?
Well, now everything is owned by you because I transferred everything that is owned by me because I just control A everything, transfer everything over to you. So and then Kovikal does the same. So now you control A everything on the platform and then go share with faction.
Don't know that I really care for the ownership portion of this kind of thing. They need like a faction ownership where it can be transferred to everybody, not just shared.
Oh, yeah, we got 8 refineries again.
There's batteries that are access denied to me owned by you.
Huh. So that
Base
worked,
has
transferring
batteries?
it all to you?
It appears so, yeah. I guess, do I need to recompile the scripts and stuff?
Nope, it's all up and running.
Oh, it's all on the ship. It's all on the mole. Everything. There's things on the mole that are still owned by you, but not shared by faction.
Don't forget you gotta reconnect your stone pooper.
I gotta get automatic LCDs up and running too. I forgot I didn't reboot that one.
Yeah, I agree with you, Swoody. Ownership of stuff in this game is stupid.
Yeah.
I understand why it's there, but still, when you're in a faction, share with faction means as if you own it.
But as we should know, always check ownership before anything else when coming to programming blocks.
True,
Yeah.
true.
I wonder if there's some kind of compiler inside the code you can change to fix that. You know, there's gotta be some kind of search tag that's isolating who the owner is that's causing that issue.
Hey, Kova, use your little nifty red button and change all the brackets back onto those connectors.
Okay, 1 sec.
Did you just break your brand new ship?
No, I made a brand new ship.
Yeah. Oh, it's just all your pistons, whatever the heck they're doing, are dancing.
Yeah, I built
Yeah.
the Mark III.
Yeah,
It's
your
the
piston
overkill
head,
version.
your piston heads are bouncing on the ground.
Thanks, I was gonna fix it.
Hey, that fixed
I
it.
don't know what's going on with the piston heads.
That fixed it. Him taking that block off there fixed it.
You know,
Yeah, I found updating the grid.
Yeah,
For
forced
me.
to grid update, that's why.
they're still bouncing on mine. It would actually go rather well with some music in the background. Maybe Dance of the Sugar Plums.
Nice, I just killed myself on the hydrogen tank.
I like this screen idea. This is a good idea.
Well, it's useful with automatic LCDs to give you information.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I never.
And now you
thought
can
of
use
that.
the. Okay, lag just killed me. So I just like rubber banded and died. There we go.
That is a lot of hydrogen tanks.
Yeah, that version was designed before they doubled the size of the small hydrogen tank.
So I'm curious. I don't even see a cargo tank. So what is the purpose of
There
this
is
ship?
there is one cargo tank container.
Why just not
It's
see
up
it?
here at the front and behind the cockpit.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yes.
So it's a
So
very
before they,
large cargo ship.
what is going on? Why are the nanites trying to heal me? Yeah, so before they changed the size of the hydrogen tanks, that's what you needed to get one hydrogen tank up into space. One large cargo container.
Gotcha.
But they've since, doubled the capacity of a small grid hydrogen tank, so you don't need as many anymore.
Gotcha.
So the Mark IV, which is what you rescued earlier, was a pared down version of that. It only had four hydrogen tanks, and it had two large cargo containers. But I figured we have the resources now, so I may as well build the overkill version, and that way I won't have to worry about the hydrogen anymore.
True. Very true.
You
All
will
right, guys.
not
I'm
have
gonna
to worry about
teleport
hydrogen with that.
back to my base, and it's time
It's,
for me to
it's
get
going to
off.
build screens.
No, it's time for me to
All right,
get off and go to bed. I have a retirement
fair enough.
ceremony
Yeah,
I gotta go to in the morning. I didn't get to
nice.
work on my hangar. You guys. So if you guys are still
Ha.
on when Classic gets on, tell them don't touch. No touchy nada.
So no
Put a
touch.
sign on it. Hey, do you guys
Yeah.
see a
Yeah,
bunch of healing
it's getting
nanites
to a
following me
point.
around?
No.
It's just me.
Oh wait, yes I do.
I've got like an aura.
He likes you.
All right.
He
I'm
really
going
likes.
to disable all of my lovely creative tools here.
You should put a sign on your hangar telling Classic not to touch it. Construction in progress. Don't touch.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Aye, no touchy.
No touchy nada.
Emperor's New Groove. No touchy.
All right, what was I doing? Oh, right, I was going to the big red button.
The big red button.
All right,
What
what
does
am
the
I
big red button
renaming,
do?
Alex?
The ones that say stone garbage, they need their bracket in front of Tim again to turn it back on.
All right.
Uh-oh. We're out of steel plates.
Are they all named exactly the same?
Yeah,
Like there's no number in them?
Out of
Hang
iron.
on,
No.
I'll be right back.
they're identical.
Oh, well, that makes life easy.
Uh-oh. Well, guys, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but my Space Engineers just crashed. So, yeah, that's going to be it for the stream tonight. I appreciate you guys joining us for the base tour, and hopefully we'll catch you on the next one. See you guys later. Have a good night.